In everyday life, we all have these moments where we get so caught up in what's happening that we lose track of what really matters and the bigger picture. And that can be something as simple as dropping an egg when you're trying to make scrambled eggs, or an argument with your partner, or somebody cutting you off on the freeway. All of these things tend to suck us out of the moment, and we forget what is truly important to us, and that thing becomes so much bigger than it needs to be. Sometimes in these situations, we really have to drop the details and look at things from a bird's eye view. And honestly, when you realize how little control you have over something, it can be pretty freeing. It gives you an opportunity to make human mistakes and let other people make human mistakes and not be so affected by it. So let this video be your reminder that you are a tiny speck on this giant rock that's spinning in space, and one day you will cease to exist. So the first thing that you can do is to let go of what you can't control. I think that the biggest thing that stresses any of us out is trying to control things that we can't. And this can be anything from people's opinions of us to the things that are happening on the other side of the world that are horrific and out of our control. You can't stop the person cutting you off on your commute from cutting you off, but you can control the way that you react to it, and you cannot let it be such a big deal and put so much stress on you when it happens. When we worry so much about what might happen tomorrow, or what happened yesterday, or even what could happen if we do this, it stops us from doing the things that we want to do. With such limited time on Earth and such limited time to do what we want to do, there's no use in being held back by those things. They're just going to stop you from reaching your goals and achieving the things that you dream of achieving. For me, it's a daily practice to try to let go of the things that I can't control. And I still get caught up in it sometimes, but I have this reminder in my head of like being this tiny speck on Earth. And I have such an awareness of how limited my time is here. I need to do what I can to add what I can to this world, rather than just sitting here stressing out about what might happen if I do something, or what happened earlier today with the person that I don't even know and probably won't even ever see again. It's really hard to do this, and it doesn't happen overnight, but if you can kind of like switch your mindset over and get to a point where you can at least see this and be conscious of it, then that's kind of the first step of getting to a point where you have a good perspective on your life. And it doesn't have to be all about not paying attention to the things that you can't control. You naturally start to do that when you put energy into the things that you can control, like how you use your time, how you react to certain things, who you spend your time with, and what you deem as your purpose. And that is something that we can control, and that's something that we can work towards. The way that you interact with other beings on this earth is also something within your control, and something that should matter so much to you, because it's so much better to think of the person who cut you off and think like, even though they could have bad intentions, they also could be on their way to the hospital to say goodbye to a dying loved one. Just those little mindset shifts will help you realize that, like, even if that person is just kind of being rude, it could be something else, and you can control how you think of that and how you respond in that situation. You can control how you treat your partner when you're in a frustrated mood, and just remember the perspective of like, even though I'm frustrated right now, or even though this thing is happening right now, it's not worth blowing up, because I love this person and they matter a lot to me and I want them to feel loved. You also have a lot of control over what you hold on to and what you let go of. And this happens every day, whether it's something that someone says to you that you don't quite like, or just anything that you choose to hold on to that becomes a part of you and kind of like dampens your spirit. It's up to you whether you hold on to that or not, or whether you let it go and forget about it. Even if you can't completely forget, you can at least not let those things be such a big cloud over you all the time. This has been a life-changing tool for me, just reminding myself that I am a tiny speck on Earth. And when you find yourself too zoomed in, just zoom out and remember that. And even you can remind other people of it if it feels like the right moment, and when it's delivered appropriately and when it's the right person to say that to, it can really snap somebody out of that mindset. Try using this reminder, this Speck thing, as a way to free yourself from the mundane frustrations of human existence. We all do it. We all overthink and zoom in too far sometimes and get sucked into a situation and lose our perspective. I'd like to hear from you in the comments section. What helps you step back and see the bigger picture and zoom out of a situation that's getting blown out of proportion like this? At the end of the day, we're all just trying to make sense of things. So why not zoom out, let go, and just live? Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.